Welcome back to the Feel Good Factor tips and tricks on keeping your energy high. My name is Tracy Hardwick and welcome to the channel if you are new to us. And look, I have a little guiding star with me today. Now, this episode is very, very close to my heart, as are all my episodes, but this one especially because I am definitely in my more mature age and I feel a lot of pressure by society about growing lines, my body's changing, and all around me things are showing me that, oh my goodness, you can't do what you used to do, and looking at all these beautiful youthful people, and that's wonderful. I'm just amazed by these beautiful gorgeous young people that can do so many things. However, we are losing sight as we grow older just about the wisdom and being a matriarch in the family. So this is dedicated to older generation and also those that are experiencing, even in your 20s and 30s and 40s, that you're feeling a little bit old and decrepit and, oh my God, I'm getting lines and I'm less useful, which is a load of bollocks. So grab yourself a cup of tea, coffee, hot chocolate, your favorite tipple, because this is going to be a beautiful, uplifting story about growing older with wisdom. To give you a little bit of context before we start the story, because it's a little bit longer, Yan is our hero. It's based about 100 years ago. He is in Vietnam and he is in his 60s and he is a mirror maker. He's been making beautiful mirrors for the society in his 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s and 60s. Now he's in his 60s and he's suddenly actually caught these reflections of himself in the mirror and he's not happy and he's really, really suffering inside. So, as luck would have it, he takes a beautiful mirror and he goes to visit his local monastery in Vietnam and he asks to speak to the abbot of the monastery. He brought his finest mirror to the monastery as a gift and asked to speak with the abbot of the monastery about the nature and reflection and truth. And the abbot was a woman of about 60 years old with a head shaved. Her face was weathered but peaceful. She accepted the mirror with a bow and set it aside without looking at it. "What troubles you, Master Yan?" He explained about the customer who wanted a false reflection and about his own discomfort seeing his aged face and about his confusion about what mirrors actually revealed. The abbot listened and then said, "Look at me. What do you see?" "I see you are a Buddhist nun, middle-aged, calm face, simple robes." "Now close your eyes," she said to Yan. "What do you see?" "I see nothing," he said. "Darkness." "But am I gone?" she said. "Have I ceased to exist because you can't see me?" "Well, no, you're still here," he said. "So which is more real? The image you saw with eyes open or the presence you felt with eyes closed?" "Mirrors," the abbot continued, "show surfaces. They reflect light bouncing off skin and hair and bone. But is that you? Is Yan just an arrangement of wrinkles and colors? And when you sleep, no one sees you do stop being Yan. No, when you're 20 and your face was different, then were you not Yan? At 20 and 40 and 60, you're the same person, but the face has changed and the body's changed. So what has remained the same? What is the constant in all the changes? Yan thought about this. At 20, he'd been young. At 50, 60, middle-aged, and he felt old and his face had completely changed. The body had changed. Even his personality had changed. He'd been impulsive and youthful at 20, confident at 40, and now more cautious at 60 and a little bit more achy. So what had remained constant? What thread connected all these different Yans? He thought about it. Wise awareness, he said slowly. I've always been aware. Consciousness has been present throughout all the changes. Yes, the abbot said, that's what your mirrors don't show. They show the wave and not the ocean. For we are all waves and we're part of the great ocean. They show the face you're wearing at this moment, but you are not any face you've ever worn. You are the awareness that witnesses every face, every age, every change. She picked up the mirror he had bought and held it up to him. Look! He looked and saw his old face, the wrinkles, the grey hair, the evidence of 62 years. She said, ask yourself, who is looking? Not what does the mirror show, but who is looking and what the mirror shows. Jan stared into the mirror. But this time, instead of seeing his face, he became aware of the consciousness, seeing a reflection, experiencing an awareness. And it didn't feel old, it didn't feel young, it just felt present. The same presence that would look tomorrow and the day after, an eternal real. In a way, the reflection had never been real. The mirror shows the person you're pretending to be, the face you present to the world, the identity you maintain. Jan, the master mirror maker. This person, this story, but behind the reflection, behind the face, the one who looks remains untouched by time. That's who you actually are, not the reflection, the witness. Jan walked home in a daze. He went to his workshop and looked at all the mirrors waiting to be polished. He believed he was showing people truth, showing them their real faces, but he'd been showing them illusions. Beautiful illusions, accurate illusions, but illusions nonetheless. Because no mirror can show what's looking within. No reflection can capture the witness, the self we present to the world, the face we wear, the person we think we are. These are all just images. Images appearing in the mirror of consciousness, but we are not the images. We are the mirror itself. We are the consciousness which all images appear and disappear. And then Jan made a final mirror, the most perfect he'd ever created. Flawless bronze, flawless polish, flawless reflection. And he gave it to the monastery with a note. This mirror shows the false self perfectly. May all who look into it remember to turn around and see what's looking. And this story teaches us about identification with appearance. We look in mirrors and at photographs and at reflections in windows and screens, and we think we're seeing ourselves. We build our identity around this image. And when the image is attractive, we feel good. When it changes and ages and becomes less desirable, we suffer. We think we're losing ourselves, but we're not losing ourselves. We're losing an image, a reflection, a temporary appearance. What we actually are never appears in any mirror. You have never seen your own face. Think about that. You've seen reflections, images, photographs, but you've never seen your actual face from the inside. You've never met yourself as others meet you, and yet you are more intimately familiar with yourself. You don't know yourself as an object to be seen. You know yourself as the subject doing the scene, as awareness itself, as consciousness experiencing life from the inside. This is why identification with appearance causes such suffering. We're trying to be an object, trying to maintain an image, trying to control how we look to others and to ourselves, but we're not objects. We're not images. We are the witnessing presence, the awareness that has no appearance, that can't be seen because it's doing all the seeing, that can't be captured in any mirror. And when you see this, aging becomes less frightening because the body ages, the face changes, the reflections in the mirror grows old, but you don't. The awareness, witnessing all these changes, remains unchanged, clear, young, eternal. It was there before your face formed in your mother's womb. It will be there after your face has returned to dust. That's your true face. The face you had before your parents were born. The face beyond all faces, pure awareness, pure presence, pure being. You are untouched by time. Rest in that knowing. Rest as that witness, pure, clear. Please share your favorite part of this story in the comments, and I'd love to know any tips or tricks that you have as you're growing older to keep your energy high and not get sucked into our society, which says as we grow older, we become less useful, for we are wise, eternal beings. And I'd love, love, love to hear your comments and share with our beautiful community to keep growing older, wiser, and with health and vitality, and to support each other. Thank you.